Did Taehyung just apologize to Jungkook for leaving him out of the red carpet premiere with RM? What really happened behind this shocking moment that left ARMY emotional and questioning the bond between BTS members? Share your thoughts, leave a comment, like and subscribe, because this story is far from ordinary. What happens when one of the most admired friendships in the world suddenly reveals a crack in its perfect surface? What happens when words like "I'm sorry" become the unexpected center of attention, echoing louder than cheers on a red carpet? Just 10 minutes ago, BTS's Taehyung left ARMY stunned when he made a direct apology to Jungkook, admitting with raw honesty that he and RM had attended the premiere of Park Chan-wook's film without inviting him along. With the words, "Jungkook, forgive me," Taehyung turned what was supposed to be a dazzling celebration of cinema into an emotional confession that has set the fandom ablaze. The premiere itself had been a headline-making event, shining with the presence of stars, artists, and global icons. RM stood tall, intellectual, and refined, while Taehyung exuded his usual charm, captivating cameras and critics alike. They walked side by side, embodying power, elegance, and camaraderie. Yet, amid the flashes of cameras and the admiration of fans, there was one silence so loud it could not be ignored. Jungkook was not there. At first, the absence was explained away as a scheduling issue or perhaps a deliberate choice. But within hours, the truth began to surface, not through rumors, not through speculation, but through Taehyung's own words of apology. The apology came softly yet thunderously, delivered in a voice that carried both regret and sincerity. Fans who witnessed it live could feel the weight behind Taehyung's expression. He looked into the lens, as though speaking directly to Jungkook himself rather than to millions of viewers. His words were simple but pierced with emotion. "Jungkook, I'm sorry. Forgive me." That apology was not rehearsed, not polished. It was raw, vulnerable, and filled with the kind of honesty that only surfaces when guilt can no longer be hidden. Why was Jungkook not invited? Was it a misunderstanding? A slip of planning? Or was it something deeper? An unspoken tension between members navigating their solo paths and individual commitments? The questions burn brighter than the premiere spotlights, and the answers remain elusive. Yet, what is undeniable is the impact this moment has left on fans across the globe. The ARMY, known for their emotional connection to BTS, erupted into a storm of reactions. Social media timelines filled instantly with tears, heartbreak, and shock. Some fans expressed anger on Jungkook's behalf, unable to understand how two members could attend such a monumental event without him. Others urged compassion, reminding everyone that the bond between BTS members is built not on perfection but on authenticity, and authenticity sometimes means mistakes, missteps, and the courage to apologize. The image of Taehyung lowering his head, admitting his fault, and whispering forgiveness into the universe is one that will linger in the fandom's memory. It wasn't just an apology, it was a story of friendship, of the fragility that exists even in the strongest bonds. For years, fans have celebrated the unshakable brotherhood of BTS, a bond forged through blood, sweat, and countless shared dreams. Yet here, in this very moment, ARMY saw that even the deepest connections can experience hurt, misunderstanding, and the desperate need for reconciliation. And what of Jungkook? The man whose absence set all of this in motion, whose feelings became the focal point of a global discussion. Though he has yet to directly respond to Taehyung's apology, the fandom cannot forget his own words just days earlier when he confessed during a brief Weverse Live that he felt jealousy seeing Taehyung and RM together at the premiere. His confession, emotional and unguarded, revealed the heartache behind the absence. He wanted to be there, wanted to share the moment, wanted to walk beside his brothers under the flashing lights. When paired with Taehyung's apology, it paints a picture that is both heartbreaking and profoundly human. Imagine the scene. Jungkook, alone in his room, watching clips of his brothers on the red carpet, feeling a sting of isolation. Then imagine Taehyung, realizing the depth of what his absence had caused, reaching out across the digital void to whisper, "Forgive me." It is a story not of betrayal but of humanity, not of distance but of the fragile dance of closeness. It reminds us that even those who appear larger than life are still subject to the same emotions: jealousy, regret, guilt, and the desperate desire for forgiveness. The fandom is left with more questions than answers. Will Jungkook respond? Will he forgive publicly? Or will the matter be resolved quietly behind closed doors? Will RM acknowledge the situation, perhaps shedding light on how the decision to attend was made? Or will this moment become a permanent marker in BTS history, one that fans return to again and again as a reminder that even the strongest brotherhoods are built on navigating both joy and pain? The apology is more than words. It is a window into the complexities of fame, friendship, and the cost of living under constant global scrutiny. For fans, it is a reminder that their idols are not untouchable gods but humans with fragile hearts. For Taehyung, it is an act of courage, owning up to a mistake that many would have ignored or hidden. For Jungkook, it is both a wound and an invitation to healing. And for ARMY, it is a call to empathy, a challenge to love their idols not just when they shine, but also when they stumble. As the story continues to unfold, one truth remains undeniable. This moment will be remembered not for the glamour of the premiere, not for the brilliance of the film, but for the simple words whispered by one of the world's most beloved idols. Jungkook, forgive me.